All right, JG. Now, you're the biggest Nets fan that I know, living out here in Oklahoma City. And so Kyrie Irving was traded to the Dallas Mavericks. And immediately I went to your Instagram. And you posted a picture of you with the biggest smile on your face. Tell me what's going on, JG. What's going on with the Nets fans right now?
I can't speak for every net fan because there's varying degrees on feelings of the situation as a whole. Now, I can only speak from my perspective, and that is the fact, if you go way back when Kyrie Irving first signed, I said I did not want him. It was a necessary evil to get Kevin Durant to sign on the dotted line. Because I foresaw this happening. It's just a trend of Kyrie Irving. He's an amazing ball player. He's an all-time talent. But he's just a cancer to locker rooms and to teams. And I tell you, when I saw the news that first that he had requested a trade because the Nets obviously weren't going to give him a long-term deal, I was very happy. Now, did I think the trade would actually happen? No. But the fact that they were able to move him quickly, and get a Nets fan favorite and my favorite player currently, Spencer Dinwiddie, back. I mean, I just been a fantastic day, James. Like I dug out my Spencer Dinwiddie jersey.
But JG, don't you feel like, in terms of winning a championship, don't you feel like you guys are farther away now, especially with like Kevin Durant? That's got to be up in the air now. Like, what's going to happen with him?
Well, I mean, the vibe I'm getting is they're going to aggressively try to make more moves to add more around him now. Because the thing is, you could say yes. I guess technically they're further away, but I still didn't think this team was a team that was going to make a serious run. Just in general. I will say I think the thing that's different that people aren't really looking at is the Jacques Vaughn effect of having an actual coach, unlike Steve Nash, who was just there. I mean, essentially. And I think you saw that when they beat the Wizards. I mean, you were down KD, you were down Kyrie, and they still found a way to beat, I don't know, solid Wizards team. I mean, they're not great. So I don't think they're further away than people think they are. I think if they can add more pieces around KD, I mean, I think they have a chance to do something. Now,
that's a good point, though, because they just got swept in the playoffs with everybody there. And then you add Ben Simmons, and I don't think that boosts them to, better heights or anything like that. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But you got to think, man, this is a tragic story from where they were just a few years ago. Getting Kevin Durant, getting Kyrie Irving, getting James Harden, which may have been where it all started, because they already had a good squad without James Harden, keeping, guys like Jared Allen on that team and, other guys around there. I think Spencer Dinwiddie was still on the team at that time. So you got to think it's been a tragic runaround for you all so far, though, right? I mean, do you agree with that?
I mean, it's tragic, but I mean, I saw the car crash coming from a mile away, because even if you go back to when rumors first started about them wanting to trade for James Harden, I said no because of what it would take to give up, and we saw what happened. Yes, they had 3 All-Stars. That's fine and dandy, but you saw how bad that supporting cast was in that Milwaukee Bucks series, when literally it was 1 against 5, with the one being Kevin Durant, and we saw what that outcome was. I think moving Harden was great and all. I mean, we got rid of that, and then we got Ben Simmons, who I didn't really want, but he's been...
That big three didn't get to play a lot together, though. Facing all those injuries, I think it was in like a couple games, really. Like, if they actually were on the court. And they were pretty good when they were together. It was just like all the injuries that happened and everything else around the organization just off the court just kept that team from playing together.
Yeah, but I think...
Now, because obviously they had talent. They had enough talent to win the whole thing, but
I mean,
it just didn't work
talent,
out.
But see, the thing was, you make that big trade on the fly. Okay, we know Harden was not in the best of shape, so you're lacking chemistry. You gutted the roster, so you have zero depth. So at this point, and I got the feeling that literally, like, that almost had to have been the year to make the run. I just something told me if they don't make that run, at least get to the conference finals, then that this probably was not going to work, and that's how it came out. Now, I'm still on the boat of, yes, if Harden had 2 legs in that series, they probably beat the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, do they win a championship? I do not know. But I think the big 3 gets a longer lifespan. I just think they mixed too many.
They would have had a good chance.
They would have had a good chance.
Because that was the year there was like a lot of teams were hurt. And like the Hawks like got all the way to the conference finals because like there was so many injuries that year. So you end up playing the Phoenix Suns, who I think that was their first year together with Chris Paul?
I believe so, yes.
Like that,
yeah, it was.
Yeah, so that it would have been. I think they would have been the best chance if Harden was healthy. I mean, this whole thing looks entirely different if you got a championship under your belt. Because I don't even think a lot of people even mind that it imploded after that. As long as you get the championship, that's what matters.
Oh, no, right. I know you're wrong. I mean, if they were able to hoist the championship, and what happens afterwards, where we are now, I don't think many Nets fans care, because I think if you look at Cleveland, they got their championship, team imploded. Mm-hmm. Did they care? No. So, like you said, I think yes, if that team had won the championship, no one would really care where we are now. And the problem is when you go all in and you don't win the championship, that's where problems start. And the Nets tried this in the past. Granted, it was a very poor attempt in the past because you're getting 2 wash-ups that you thought was somehow going to do something. But it's still to me, it just didn't. It was like, I don't know. We played the long game to get to a point where we were at least a playoff team. We got lucky enough that Kevin Durant wanted to come to Brooklyn. That's fine and dandy. But then I feel like, I don't want to say that they...
So much turmoil. I mean, even Kevin Durant tried to get out of this before the season started.
Oh, no, right. That's what I'm saying.
It
just flitted from the minute they got eliminated against the Milwaukee Bucks. It's been a downhill trend.
You're listening to the Rip Jersey Podcast,